Lesson time.
Lesson time. Lesson number 2. Okay. All right. So, you've been talking about, I heard you do your wee podcasty thing about your wrist and the ulnar deviation. So we'll look at that to start with. It may be a bit of a sort of a technical lesson today, but that's fine.
So it goes.
Okay. So, let's do seating first, actually. So let's just try I'll take the stool back a little bit, and because we just want to be on the front sort of half of the stool.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And just pop your hands up on the keyboard, and we'll just check distance.
In middle C or?
Doesn't matter where. Nope, that's okay. Okay. Alrighty. How does that feel?
Reasonably comfortable. Biggest problem at the moment is actually slumping back. I really don't like having nothing to support my back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So actually, where you put your hand there was.
But it was up an octave.
Yeah, it was up an octave.
That trick I've learned for not getting my.
Yeah, which we talked a little bit. Actually, I don't know whether that was on the video last time or not. We had a bit of a conversation, and one of the options was to put your hand up an octave when you're doing it, because that'll give you better alignment this way.
Yeah.
Whereas if you put your hand down on middle C, you can see that twists round a lot more. So the other option would be just to shift yourself over on the stool a little bit to the left.
Then I wouldn't be directly in front of the thing.
Then you wouldn't be directly in front.
Yeah.
And of course, then you
That's
have the
the
other problem
with
the other hand. So it's
so I'm going to need to figure out how to do this.
Yeah. Okay.
That book said it was mainly about rotate, where you rotate your arm. What finger you use.
Yeah. So think of rotating around your little finger. Yeah.
So like that.
Yeah.
So the line between the elbow and the arm.
Yeah. So it's like if your hands were a book. I'll get my hands in a bit over there so you can see. So if my hands were a book, right, and my little fingers were the spine, you're thinking about opening at that point. And so if I get my hands on, let's do it over here. So we're avoiding that kink in there, which is that ulnar deviation. And we want to be straighter like that.
Right.
So pop your hand up on the keys again, just perhaps not directly down on middle C, just sort of try up about F.
Right.
Okay, so we've still got a little bit of that, don't we?
Yeah. Well, it's part of the reason is that I'm trying to get, and I was thinking about this, I can't see any way around it, because you've got to try and get your 5 fingers on the keys right. So if I want to try and keep my wrists straight, then I'm having to do that.
Yeah, which
obviously you can't do.
Obviously you can't do.
Yep. It feels quite comfortable actually, but it looks bloody handed.
Yeah. It's because our keyboards, our ergonomic keyboards, are like that, so everything's in a nice alignment rather than doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try something. I'm just going to take you back even more, and we'll just experiment with your placing.
Okay.
So just try that. So you're sitting right on the front. So ideally,
right.
Yep, and just pop your hands up again.
Anywhere in particular?
Nope, just doesn't matter. Try there first.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right.
The other thing I read in the book, I'm trying to remember, is that it seemed to say that it was actually okay to have your hand like that. It wasn't the fact your hand was like that was the problem. It was the problem with how you actually got your hand in that position in the first place.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. A bit of that as well. Yeah. Right. Okay. So just think of that and lean your body over a little bit.
Like that, you mean?
Yeah. Just when you bring it down. Okay. And then come back up to there. And just think of that. Just go loose with your wrist. Yep. And then just pop it on. Yep. Cool. Okay. because that's looking pretty good. All right.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
What's
You're
yours?
not. Well, there's a little bit, but it's not like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do just that leaning over a little bit. Okay. And then come back. So I'm just going to kick this on back on there so you can see a bit of your body a bit more. Okay, so when you're leaning, like we talked about the other day, you don't want to be doing that shoulder lower than that one. So you don't want to be
Tilting.
Yeah, you want to be going sideways.
Right. So it's not so much lean as it is sort of a
Yeah.
slide, sort of.
Like that. So
Yeah.
your weight shifts across your sit bones. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. All right, so just keep your hand in that relaxed position, and we're just going to go lean over a little bit more with your body like that. Cool. And just try a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah, except that feels really strange in my waist now.
Yeah. And come back. Yep. Come back to neutral in the middle.
Well, you see like.
No, just your body in the middle.
Right.
Yep.
So that's where I naturally want to go to.
Okay.
But I've still got the Ulna Deviation.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the moment, we're just gonna. In fact, let's just have your arm like that. Because the other thing you noticed was that there was that angle there, which of course you do have to do when you're playing in the middle C.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we're just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So.
Yeah.
So the other thing actually can be just think of elongating your little finger a bit.
You mean like lengthening it out when you.
Kinda. So you don't want to be up playing on the tip like that.
Like so, play the pad of the finger.
Your fleshy tip of your finger.
Right.
Yep. And just think of being long down here. So just let your hand relax on those. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Right.
Good. Yep. And we're just gonna practice the leaning over a little bit. Just a little bit. Yep, that's cool. And then just back. And good. So you can use the mirror to see where you're going. Great. So don't do too much. Just go to comfortable levels. Yep. Cool. Okay, let's just try that with your left hand. So we'll go to where you're straight.
Like that.
Yep. Cool. Okay. All right. And
Does my hand actually straight at that point, does it?
let's do that.
I suppose maybe.
Yep. In fact, we'll do that. Okay. So now just
So, which is with. So the Ulna Deviation on this one is that angle there, isn't it? On that side.
it'll be doing that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's not
So-
too bad.
So let your elbow just there. It's much better.
Right.
Cool. Okay.
Except it looks as though I'm still got the thing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Right.
not like that.
All right. Okay. Yep.
Okay. So just again let it go flop. And let's put that up. And that is nice and neutral there. Looking good. And the other thing
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
the other thing is your elbow
Yeah.
is more aligned. Because before you were doing a bit of that.
Right. Yep.
See how that kinks?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So when that's
that's
going
the
out,
rotation, isn't it? I'm rotating about the thunder. I can actually tell it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So when that comes out,
You got your thumb rotation
Yep.
going. Yeah.
and whereas if that's just
Right.
neutral again, let me take your arm weight. Yep, cool. And now just pop it up. Doesn't have that's cool. Great. So now just support your fingers a little bit so your wrist doesn't drop. Great. Okay. Now just experiment going over that way, just with leaning a little bit. Not too much. Don't want to give you a pain in your side. Right.
Okay.
Cool.
My shoulders are reasonably straight there as well. By the looks of it. So it's all good.
Yeah, you're looking pretty good there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to about there and just keeping that nice and loose. Go back to that and just bring your right hand up. And right, yeah. I was just going to say you corrected it before I got to it. Your elbow was out like that. I'll just put that overhead one on again. So with your elbow out, we'll do that. You can see that angle up there, right? Just let that go to neutral. Cool. And if we do that again, and if you look on the screen, see how that swings around?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Alright. So now, just come in a little bit. We won't go right into middle C, but just come into a point where we can keep your elbow nice and relaxed. Yep. And in there a little bit. And don't worry too much if it starts to get a little bit like that. Simply by playing in the middle, it will. Yep. And just keeping that nice and floppy and loose. Just come down 2 more keys. Let's try it in there. Yep. And just come up 2 keys and try it in there. And just keeping that nice and loose. Okay.
So you're starting to feel a bit of tightness in the neck.
Right, okay. All right, good. We'll pause there with that.
Right.
Okay, so what might be best is when you're playing your pieces, just for a moment, while you're getting comfortable with movements and things, to avoid that stress in there, play it up an octave.
Yeah, I tried doing that, and it's good. But I was a bit worried that I'll be memorising the sound with the wrong notes. So if I'm looking on the page and I'm seeing a C, which is middle C, and I'm playing that, I'm going to start getting the link between that sound and that note, which I thought might be a problem.
That is a consideration. As long as you're aware of it, play it a couple of times there, and then play it down in the right position.
Okay.
Trying to keep as much as possible that same relaxation. Yeah. Because it's the relaxation element as well. Because obviously we have to play in there. Yeah. But we're not playing in there all the time, like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we move around.
Yeah.
And when you're moving,
so this is a problem primarily at the moment, as I'm learning those pieces in that area.
In that area. Once you're getting out and about, as it were, it will be less of an immediate issue, I think. But we just want to address it now so that you don't get tension through there and get used to playing with your wrists like that. Yeah. Thinking back to your elbow. So that's just nice and loose, and your shoulder as well. So we don't want your shoulder up around your neck or anything like that. So try your left hand again. Just bring that into your middle C, and just think of keeping your elbow nice and loose. Right, cool. Now, how does that feel in terms of what it felt like before? Just not doing anything in that position, but just having your hand there.
Before, as in what?
As when you were playing through the week.
Well, I didn't actually do much on the left hand during the week.
Right.
There was only one. I think there was only 1 or 2 pieces in here that actually did the left. Well, actually, it was only one pavement, I think, but that actually did the left hand, and it was probably page 10 or 11 or something. Yeah. And so I only got to do it once.
Okay. That's cool. That's
right. So most of my time is spent doing the right hand things, trying to get those right.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got some other little exercises just to loosen off your wrist, because that will help you have the one that's easily squishy. Not that we're going to be squishing it. Right. First thing, because your wrist can move in a number of ways, and the first thing I want to do is just so you have your hand relaxed on the ball. It's not gripping it tightly or anything, but it's just relaxed. And you're just going to rock back and forwards, and just do it in a comfortable position. So your hand's obviously bigger than mine, but just really relax your fingers so it's just sort of sitting under there. Yep. Ah, good. That's it. So you can see you're getting that nice rocking action with your wrist. Cool. Try not to have your fingers flat, so you're not wanting to do.
So I'm not going to do that.
You're not wanting to do that.
Right.
Keeping them out like that.
Right.
So it's neutral again as much as possible.
Okay, gives me keys pressed with
yeah, and just so
my fingers catch on things, you see.
Okay, maybe have so we'll just take so it's resting on your fingers, and then you're just doing tipping one side, tipping the other, and you're using your wrist to move it. You're not using your fingers. Your fingers are in neutral.
So when you say neutral, you mean they're not moving?
I mean, there's no sort of effort in them. You're not using them to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And shall we make a conscious effort to make sure I'm rotating my wrist around my little finger?
Bring it up to here. It's there. Oh, it's very much. You know how someone says, "Oh, how you doing?" You go, so. That sort of action.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Right. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So it's just keeping.
So it's like zombies or something.
Oh. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Right.
So it's just rocking over and back. Yep. Great. Let's try that in your left hand. So just the same thing. You can do it just at a comfortable angle. It does not have to be round middle C. Cool. And then we're just going to rock and see if you can
do it without twisting me up, right?
There'll be a little bit of that, but you don't want to do that.
Right, okay. So try to keep
So,
everything to the side.
so yeah, neutral, just, that's better. Yeah, careful about the old swingy wristy elbow. So just do it nice and slow. That's it. Cool. So you can try that as an exercise.
Okay, yeah.
And another one you can try is, you don't have to, okay, we'll do it on, so you're going to make a circle.
Like that?
Yep. And you can make it quite big to start with.
My ball's moving around underneath my fingers. Is your, or you?
Because my fingers are a bit smaller, I can rest mine a little bit here, whereas you might need to get a bigger ball.
These are the biggest ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With if it's just resting on your fingers, so mine's just resting on my fingers now, I can still do that. That's it. And see how your wrist is rocking around and going up and down. So it's just to basically loosen things off.
Right. So is this something I should do before practicing? Or?
Yeah, I'll do a bit of that. And try the other way.
I mean the other wrist or the other one?
So
like that, right.
So you're going that way to start with. Now go that way. And just keep it slow so you can actually track what your movements are doing. Yep. Cool. Okay. And try that with your left hand. Yep. Alrighty, so let's take you now. Just relax this guy into neutral again. Cool. And then you're just gonna so don't let me move you. Yep, that's good. I'm gonna go the other way. Cool. Alrighty. Yep. And another groovy one you can do is look up. Is just bounce your wrist. So I'm exaggerating a bit because I'm letting my wrist come right back up like that.
Yeah.
But you probably don't need to do that much. But the main thing is, and you're doing it well, is that it's coming from there, your movement,
right.
not
Not the elbow, right.
not your elbow.
Right, okay.
Yep. So basically you're just doing like you were knocking on a door or on a tabletop. Yep. That's right. Try it without the ball. Just knock. Yep. You hit your fingers right over like you're doing a that's useful for, so just to put these into context. So if you had something like that, where I'm using my wrist to play that. So bum, 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 bum.
I don't follow how you're using your wrist. You're using your fingers, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But and so you're actually using your wrist always when you're using your fingers?
Yes. I'm using it a specific way. Bounce. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, you see there? That, I mean, this is quite advanced. Don't worry if this doesn't come straight away. But it's... Yeah, so you're moving a bit from your... That's better. That's better. See how fast you can do that? Now you got tight. I can feel that straight away. Right. Could you feel the difference when you...
Well, you were gripping it, so...
Okay, cool. The circular one would be for something like that. So I'm doing that pattern, that repeated pattern.
Right.
And you can see I'm standing a bit, so
yeah.
I won't be completely accurate, but I'm using a circular pattern to get around.
Okay, yeah, makes sense, yeah.
And the sideways is your rotary action. So if I had something like... So my wrist is going back and forwards, like that.
Yeah.
So I'm playing it with my wrist rather than
still
with my fingers.
Right.
In fact, do you want to just throw the... Yeah. So I'm doing that. You see this guy going back and forwards, so it's nice and loose, as opposed to holding that absolutely still and using my fingers to do it. I'm going to get real tired really quickly. Whereas if I'm doing that, nice and easy. Yep.
Right. Okay.
Cool. You'd have trouble remembering all these.
That's what important.
Yep. The other thing you can do is imagine you are polishing the car.
I've got a rotary thing. I've got a motorised thing for
that. Or me. In fact, just hop up. I'll show you what I mean. It's probably easier that way. So, see how I'm doing? My wrist is just following along with my arm. Yeah. So if I'm doing... Right, you can see there, big time Ulna deviation, right?
Yeah.
But because I'm moving in and out of it, it's not causing any issues. So my arms are leading the movement and my wrists are just, my fingers are just following along. So like when I'm sitting, so the stool's a little high for me, but doesn't matter. When I'm got my middle C position, Yeah, I have that bend as well.
Yeah.
And if I move out, straighter. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So when it's in there, there's a little bit of that, but I'm able to then move anywhere because I'm nice and loose. So my arms can go out, just float out ever I want to go. And if I'm in there like that, that's loose. I can go up. So it's having that looseness in your elbow and your arm and your shoulder. So differences is my shoulder's up here and my arms are tight. There's no way I'm going to move anywhere. And that actually, I feel that way more in there. Whereas if that's down, this is at a neutral sort of level.
Right. Okay.
And if I have to go further, I'm leaning, but this is still straight because I'm leaning, right?
Yeah.
If I go back, then I've got not so much ulnar deviation, but I haven't got the power through my arm there because all my body weight's here instead of behind there. So you'll discover that as you get further advanced, that you want your natural body weight, which we'll use through your arms to play your chords, you want that to be behind you. So I've leant right over for that one. There's another good example actually. I'm leaning over to eliminate as much as possible that tightness in there.
Right.
Whereas if I keep my hands there and move my body back, see what happens to the angle?
It doesn't look like the angle on your wrist changed. It just looks like your thumb moved around a bit more.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that puts me in a better position to
Right.
play rather than
Yes. Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So I've got more angle there. And again, my arms are way over here. My body weight's here. Whereas I want it to be there.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a technical lesson.
Right.
Just try. How about just try from that C. Just do your down and off. Yeah, slower. So you're controlling it. Yep. Yep, just a wee bit slower. That's better. Cool. Yep. Good. And that's so let me just move. So keep just rest that there. Let me move your right, keep that where it is. And let me bring this out. So I'm gonna give yourself a bit of space there. Yeah. So basically I want you to be able to do that.
So that line. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So essentially move my elbow out.
Yeah.
I thought earlier
We don't want to.
keep my elbows tucked.
No, we don't want to do that,
Right.
and we don't want to keep them close to your body.
Right. So no Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's just loosening things off. So in fact, try just do that movement.
So what, like that?
Yep, just a bit slower. Imagine you're a ballet dancer.
I've got no idea what.
No, actually, neither do I. Okay, and cool, nice. That's what I wanted.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. It doesn't look like my elbows are moving. They're not flapping too much, which is good.
No, they're not flapping too much, but you've got lots of flexibility there.
Right.
And if you're going to play out, you wouldn't then go from. So this is just to help with little bits in here, right?
Right.
If you're playing up here, whole shebang is going to move.
Yeah, like that.
Yep. Rather than, oh, that's still, I'm going to do that.
Right.
Which, again will put your weight behind you out of alignment. That's good. Yep. Cool. Try that with your left hand. So yes, and as you go down, just lean a wee bit. Yep. And then
out of alignment on the top there.
That'll that's okay. That'll come. Yep. And then we're just going to do imagine polishing the car. So in fact, you didn't do the car polish. Do the car polish. I did the car polish. That's looking better. Yeah, because the main thing is I want to see those wrists move. Cool. And just notice how your wrists are moving there. So down, it comes back in, comes back. Yep. Nice. And that's just that's feeling good. That's loosening things off. Cool. That is feeling good. Feels good to me. How does it feel to you?
Oh, it feels pretty good to me as well.
Freer,
I'm
yeah.
feeling it more on the back of my shoulder blades, really. It's just a shoulder blade type problem.
Okay, so keep that nice freedom and do that run and jump. Yep. Try not to collapse over on your fourth finger. Just take a little bit slower. So just nice and loose. Down and off. Down. That's better. Yep. Okay, come. Yep. Right, good. I'd say there, just to try not to collapse over there when you play your fourth finger. Try and keep that supported under there.
Right, so what do you mean by collapsing?
Tipping? Dropping?
Oh, okay.
So your weight transfers over off to the side?
Right, so it's not a rotation like that.
No.
Right, okay, I thought it was.
No, you don't want to be doing that.
Right. Right. So it's keep the hand like that.
That's better. Yep. So relax your little finger. So just a little bit slower. Down and through. Yeah. And just let it drop. Yep. And really free with your arm heading up to your next one. Yeah. Yep. And come down to the next one. Yep. And down to the next one. So all you need to do, just come back up to here. I'll just have to stop real soon. But all you need for there, you don't want to play that with your weight turning and moving off.
Right, so, is that why I'm slipping off it?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Right.
That's all you need.
Right. So I do actually need to use my fingers to press these keys as opposed to using the movement of the arm or the wrist to press them.
There is that contact, and you do need to use your fingers, of course. It's getting used to the weight behind everything, and so when I play that finger, I've got my nice natural arm weight through. I'm supported under here. I just play it. It doesn't collapse. It doesn't twist, lean. It's just. That's why I say do it slightly slower, so you can really feel what's happening. That's better. Good. And be nice and loose in between. Yep. Try coming up. 4, 3, 2. So go bum bum bum. Yep. That's better.
My finger wants to stick outside like a cup of tea.
See how you go through the week with that.
Right.
And
so what am I to do during the week then? Am I just going to be moving around and doing
I'll explore all those movements.
Right.
Perhaps one day just focus on your movements, and the other day do some reading stuff. Don't go past where we got to.
Right. Okay.
It's not a mad rush to learn the notes.
Okay.
And yeah, so just alternate doing some of that technical stuff. You can finish off with a wee replaying at the end if you want.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I do.
Cool. All right.
Good job.
Thank you.
Cool.
Right.
Brilliant.